Hey, this is Notser, and once again, we're taking a look at Project Cold War. Although at the time of viewing, closed alpha is done, I just like looking at the agents and talking about their potential play. And this time we've got Phantom. I don't know how you pronounce his actual name, but I'm just going to call him Phantom. So, Phantom plays like a phantom, a very stealthy, yeah, has some interesting mechanics. It also uses missiles, so you manually control those. So for features, we got Night Stalker. Hitting 3 consecutive missiles without being hit in return increases your critical damage for 30 seconds. Nice. Missile launcher that's manually guided. Then you got Smoke and Mirrors that feigns destruction. So you appear as a destroyed vehicle, but there are tells, and you need to also act like you're dead, not just activate the ability. And then finally, Smoke Curtain. It just puts a curtain of smoke around you that you can then conceal yourself. For the perks, I didn't take any because I wanted to understand how to use this agent, and I now do. This is a temporary person, too, by the way. That's not who Phantom's going to be. So, first perk is gun stabilization, but I don't understand that. For a rocket guided missile or missile guided cannon, it's just a weird. eh. Energy regeneration, you do have abilities that you do use frequently, so that probably is my go to. Or you can go 2 kilometers faster forward. Second perk, gun accuracy, gun stabilization when traversing, or gun handling and gun aiming. Very confused on that one. I don't know. One of them might make you so you can aim better, and I don't know which one is better for missiles though. So I'm still confused on that one. For perks, we've got gun stabilization when traversing. We have crew health and silence protection, which is nice because you do use abilities a lot. But the one that I like the best is Signal Officer. It enhances your radio link distance and one time to enemies being detected on radar. So this just helps you know and communicate. And smoke and mirrors, you can still tell your team the enemy's location. So if you play correctly, you might be right amongst the enemy, allowing them to, engage your team and then popping up behind them. Best example is you are fighting against an opposing team, and for whatever reason, you open up the fight because you are the scout. So enemy team wallops you 2 times and you activate your smoke and mirrors. And the enemy team then believes that you are now dead. Then they come onto your body, and then your team might set up a good position to exploit the fact that you can see them at close range, even if they have like forward position smoke. So it can be very useful and interesting. So for consumables, we've got repair kit, which of course, energy boost, which of course you use a lot of energy, fire extinguisher, which is the only option, or heal. So you always have a fire extinguisher. So it's really just between healing your shell shocked crew or granting energy. I probably would grant energy. Obviously, the game's going to be different, but yeah. Slot 1 upgrades. You can choose between forward and reverse with track protection. So close in brawler, maybe. This is a noise reduction, so stealth or making your missiles better. I think making the missiles better is #1 priority because you do have to hit 3 of them consecutively to activate Night Stalker. For slot 2, more Night Stalker improvement, this time spotting range, spotting duration, plus the zoom factor on your scope, or enhancing your missile speed. By enhancing your missile speed, you're making it easier to use. So why not? Slot 3, we have either damage reduction and noise reduction, damage reduction hit points, or making your missiles do more damage against modules and crit damage. I go missile damage, of course. It just seems to be the way to go. if you are trying to make yourself better with your Night Stalker feature. For slot 4, we have Shell Magazine while staying stationary, reload. Shell Magazine while Night Stalker is improved, so you could choose to do that if you're going more that way. Or you could choose energy points and energy regen, which of course is great for ability usage. I have chosen to go the stationary play. This works well with smoke and mirrors. And honestly, that's the most fun ability of this agent. For slot 5, we have turret traverse and forward and reverse, so basic mobility, smoke, your smoke curtain's better, or smoke and mirrors is better. I would probably go smoke and mirrors, but any of those choices, it's up to you how you want to play. Obviously, having your smoke come off or cool down faster works well, and I do think that smoke and mirrors might need smoke at high level play. It is interesting. None of the upgrades add smoke to smoke and mirrors, so you have to decide if you want to activate it with the ability or not. For slot 6, you've got base acceleration and traverse. Sprinting is improved and forward momentum. And then missile damage. Of course, missile damage if you're already going missiles. Just seems like a no-brainer. Slot 7, you have enhanced Night Stalker. So if you're going a Night Stalker build, yeah. So this might be the one I go. Smoke curtain is improved, so better. Or ambushing shot. The first missile that you fire entering smoke and mirrors deals additional damage and module damage, and it improves your missile agility. So this is really going to enhance your missile play. For slot 8, we have base acceleration, improved forward speed and reverse speed, so good mobility. Or we have noise reduction, or we have improved reload, improving Night Stalker as well. So good synergy all around for different builds that we've already considered coming here. Slot 9, spawning range, or spawning duration, or damage reduction. So something for smoke and mirrors, smoking for sniping, and something for if you're close in brawling. And then the final option, you can have even faster reload on your missiles, but you can only have 2 in the chamber. And then you can choose to go for a full silence build, but you can't have enough energy or smoke discharge like you did before. So your mobility, your base mobility will be closer to quiet, but you'll have to give up smoke in case, a little bit enhanced smoke. So is the silence good enough that you don't care about that? Maybe. And then the final option makes your missile damage even higher, but it just destroys the missile acceleration and max speed. So maybe you don't go that. Maybe you go reload instead, and that's how you do more missile damage. Close in? Yeah, I mean, high missile damage, who cares? Just allows you to kill the target faster, right? So this might be better for close in, but this might be more universal. So yeah, Phantom, interesting kit that this agent has, and the gameplay is also unique. And it does have some of the abilities showcased, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. All right, Conquest on aircraft carrier, 10 versus 10, unlimited respawn. This is a test map, and it's very rough. We only got it the last day. Don't look at those textures. Don't look at them. We're really here to try out Phantom and also to maybe explore the map. So Phantom is the only missile launching agent in the game currently. Now the UI tells you how many missiles you have loaded, and it also shows how much time to the next missile to load. And then instead of the default crosshair, instead you've got this sort of box that indicates sort of a manual guidance system. So, for example, if I wanted to, when I fire the missile, I could then back up into cover and still control the missile behind the cover, potentially. So there's a little bit of peeking that you can do with this now. Yep. Little missile, we sent it out towards the target, but we don't have the best angle to hit him. So I was trying to curve the missile around the the area. He's aware of us, of course, so he takes a shot at us. And that missile will not reach anything of value there. And now we have to reload. So Phantom has smoke and mirrors, and then it also just has a smoke curtain that it can put out. Enemy decided to come this way, and actually he got pushed out of the missile. It's tough because you need to give a lot of lead in order to be successful with this. So at point blank range, when an enemy is actively moving, it's definitely a challenge. And that's why I think enhancing the missile velocity or the missile aiming ability helps a lot, make it more of a consistent weapon. And yeah, you want it to be consistent because this replaces your regular tank round gun that you would have in other agents. So we're doing all right. I'm just exploring the map. Looks like the elevators up to the aircraft carrier are working just fine, so we're just going to go up with a punch. You got to be careful on the elevator. You can really screw yourself up. All right, cool. Looks like B point is uncaptured at this point. We also get a flanking fire on a enemy artillery. I just need to continuously fire at this guy. Yeah, he's still very alive. Alright, nice. And we unlocked Night Stalker, so that's 3 consistent or consecutive... Oh, God, of course. It's 3 consecutive shells without missing. And then you get a 30-second buff that's called Night Stalker, and it improves your crit damage. Or it can improve other things as well, as you are made aware by the upgrades. So I'm just gonna... I really am trying to explore every nook and cranny on these maps because I want to know them better, and I also want to, you know, really realize what is actually going on with the map. And looking at the artillery, it's clearly looking at us. And he fires it. He does way more damage than we do, but we do land something on him. Looks like there's a little bit of a traversal down to the bottom of that aircraft carrier hull. But someone is trying to capture C point, so that's where we're going to go. And hopefully we get into a fight with someone and we can show off smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors is really what you use when the enemy is actively engaged and you want them to stop killing you. But if you don't take any rounds and you activate it, they know it's smoke and mirrors. So you have to be subtle and tactical. You need to use it when the enemy would estimate. Man, it just sucks how slow the missiles can be. We miss 2 of our 3 missiles, and now I'm just stuck here ramming this guy. Waiting on the follow-up. And enemies taken out. C point is ours. And B and A are actually ours too. And they're our team's actually capturing D point. So I'm just going to head forward. So it seems that the reload of the first 2 missiles is like 8 seconds, and then the final one is half that time. So if you were to only fire 1, then you would be fine to allow it to reload. I haven't really found a situation where only firing 1 and then waiting for it to fully reload works in your favor. I find that you really just want to try and burst them down. And if you can't burst them down, disengage until you can. But team's doing great on this one, actually. We're going to have 4 bases before they even get 1. Just driving around, setting myself up so I can head over to the aircraft carrier, potentially.
United we conquer.
So, you know, Phantom's armament is decent. I definitely, I definitely feel like I want to get better with it. I haven't played enough of it, and it certainly is very different from all the other agents and tanks that I've ever played. So I'm over here going, wait a second. This building has a crack in it. You know, maybe I can use this to my advantage. Oh, hello, Ken. We need to crit. You can still crit, you know, on the ammo rack if you can hit it. But just look at how slow this missile is. It's harder to consistently land that, unfortunately. And he's just barely alive. Gotta wait for this. Reload. Oh, okay. We activated smoke and mirrors immediately after he did damage. I am deliberately not moving my tank, and I'm also deliberately not moving my gun turret until I wait for him to commit to something else, and then we ambush him from the rear. Super confusing for that guy, I'm sure. Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have smoke and mirrors anymore. And I'm just trying to disengage. Disengage! Leave us alone. I'm trying to drive away as fast as possible from this person. Oh! He's after us. Oh, of course we hit this. I was better at driving. Alright, well, you got to see smoke and mirrors for the first time. You can still drive around in smoke and mirrors. It's just at a reduced speed, and I do believe you can still traverse the gun. You cannot, however, use any ability other than deactivating smoke and mirrors again to get out of it. So it's almost like a cloak that silences you, self-silence, and when you aren't in it, then you can use your repair kit. So one thing that I like is I might use smoke and mirrors to provide spotting information for my team, but as I'm doing that, I'm keenly aware that repair kit is coming off a cooldown. I'm rearming my gun, and then what I can do is I can break the smoke and mirrors, activate my repair kit, and ambush from the rear, all of which are a fantastic follow-up to that ability. So it's got a lot of potential play with the player base, and understanding will obviously continue. Very aware of you, and taking damage from artillery or something, I think. Caught us on fire, but that's okay, we can repair kit it. Now, if you were to activate smoke and mirrors and drive around as if you were, you know, dead, I think people would catch on. So you can't really take full advantage of all the movement that is available, in my opinion, for Phantom. And yeah, we crushed on aircraft carrier. I just wanted to show aircraft carrier again because it is an interesting map, and one that I hope that they continue to evolve with all the feedback. But yeah, Smoke and Mirrors is playing possum, playing dead. You have control over how dead you appear to enemy tanks. Friendly tanks can see that you're still alive. So it's not a case of them not being aware that you're still there helpful. And, you know, maybe it will potentially offer some way for players to combo with Smoke and Mirrors. Obviously, it's closed alpha, so there's very low tactical strategy at play. But once you consider all the possible plays that are available for Smoke and Mirrors, it becomes a very interesting dynamic that you can choose to... yeah, we just came back to our keyboard. But it's a very interesting dynamic that you can choose to use or use in unique ways. So I'm still developing my understanding with Smoke and Mirrors. And you're probably like, Smoke and Mirrors, Smoke and Mirrors. Where's the smoke? Yeah, there is no smoke attached to it yet. And as you could see with the available options and the upgrades, they don't intend to just give it to you like that. But I'm sure a Smoke and Mirrors combo is definitely what they envision. Enemy Reaper, we're just looking for the weak parts of the hull, but of course we're not going to crit them. Teammate are attempting to contest C point, and I need to land one more rocket to activate Night Stalker. I do not want to miss the next rocket that I send out, because then it will just void Night Stalker proc, or void the ability to earn it. So we come around the corner, and this guy, oh gosh, I think we bounced off of his corner. It's all about learning how to control your missiles. Now notice, it was a bounce or a ricochet, so I don't think, oh, and we're playing possum. Unfortunately, it hid, so it was all for naught. But even with a deflect or a ricochet, it still seems to not void your missile Night Stalker buildup. So at least there's that. Oh, well, we're stuck here until it rotates to free us. And this guy, I just popped my smoke to hide. I'm gonna try and curve the bullet. Looks like we blocked the shell. Please release me from your clutches, radar. Alright, we're good. I like the paint job on Fantome. I think it looks really cool. I do think that you kind of need to have a black skin on it so that it's more confusing, because obviously you can enter into smoke and mirrors and it makes you black. Or maybe having a high contrast would create opportunities for players to make mistakes. I don't really know. Ooh, nice, nice. We found the ammo rack up top. There's a little bit of a weak vulnerability on those Soviet tanks. I'm really trying desperately to not be the first target that he can shoot. And obviously we see the opening coming here. So I'm just going to let it come towards me, and then we will engage. Oh yeah, nice, we have an Atom. Huh. Looks like he left. Okay. Looks like they're actually contesting B point, so maybe we can capture C. Doesn't seem that you capture faster with more tanks, but maybe you do, I don't know. So I'm just trying to be aware of my location. I think if I was a better missile pilot, I could fly that into his vulnerable location. Just like that. Obviously he tracked us. You darn it can track very easily with a single shell, so it's basically expected. Should be able to capture the base though. And then I think we'll go out after B, because if we have C, B, and E, we're in a good position, and those are the three closest bases to our spawn. So I'm just going to head over towards B point, which seems to be under conflict. Friendly Punch put some mines over there. And I'm just approaching with the understanding. Please find a crit. Alright, got an ammo rack. Always a fan of that. Nice, 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 nice. It is impressive, isn't it? This is why I think you enhance the missile / Night Stalker, because you can very quickly and easily proc Night Stalker, just literally 3 consecutive missiles landing on a target. You can do that. And if you do that, then it enters into like an uber buff state, and through the upgrades you can have even more crit damage, or you can have or you can have faster reload. So Night Stalker is a really nice frontman trait, and it flows well with Fantome. Team's able to capture B. C is now contested. So I'm going to head up towards that, and oh, actually it's not contested anymore. Get this Reaper. Enemy dead. C point will flip over. There's an enemy attempting to get out. If we can knock his treads out, that would be ideal. We are unsuccessful in knocking the treads out, but this guy will blow up. And when he blows up, C is ours. Go for C. Go, go, go. We lost 3 friendlies. People. You guys have to understand the game. You can't just play the game so much that you don't even understand what it's saying. Like, I see so many people just take that damage, the cap clearing damage. It's obviously trying to kill you. Like, who thinks it's not trying to kill you when it puts up a giant wall of red and it says, warning, imminent destruction, please leave, you have 20-second countdown, and it's like a time bomb? Who's just gonna sit here and let the timer count down? It's just annoying because we have to wait on our teammates to spawn. Ooh, punch, he throws some missiles at us. Actually got a nice crit on him. Caught him enough, and I'm just gonna drive around him, use my superior mobility.
Our colors paint the map.
Yeah, our colors do paint the map. Get the ammo rack. Nope, absorbed on his nose. Gotta get a reload on. Oh, that was barely a miss. Hit the front plate, hit the front plate. Okay. Taking fire from him. It's okay. Help with the lower health one. Annoying. Frontally, the M1's pretty indestructible to. Maybe when I get more penetration, it'll act like nothing. But yeah, right now with my build, he can definitely absorb a lot of rockets there. Now we're headed over to E Point because it's being contested, and I'm fully aware that from my direction, they're not gonna be ready for it. So I'm just gonna throw as many as I can. We unlock Night Stalker. Night Stalker's gonna give us a bigger crit. Guy absorbs the missile for us, unfortunately. I'm gonna just ram him. And the enemy attacker is gonna try and retreat. Or maybe he's coming back around for a different direction to attack from. I don't really know. But we're just gonna capture E Point. We have all our missiles ready to go. Teammates doing a good job of chip damage to this guy, keeping him from healing. Yeah, nice. It feels satisfying to land them. You just obviously need to learn how to use them. But yeah, smoke and mirrors is a fun little trait. I will showcase it more in the future. Leave in the comments what you think. Phantom, like the video if you like it. And I hope you guys enjoy your day, and thanks for tuning in.